Hey, what's going on YouTube? Too Sketchy coming at you with some of that devblog number 19. We got some things to talk about.
Too Sketchy!
Alright, boys and girls, we have a few things to talk about other than my hair. I just woke up, I saw this, I was like, okay, must present, must regurgitate. Also, I have some, I was making dinner and I cut my fingers. So if you see this, I'm okay. Everything's fine. So first off, I'm hosting a fan art contest, which I posted about a week or so ago. These guys mentioned it at the end of this. So if you're interested, there's a link somewhere up here and in the description below. You can get yourself involved in. Do get involved in it. It's going to be pretty fun, pretty cool to see the diversity of art. Iron Harvest has also stopped temporarily the PvP or the servers to play PvP to continue its progression and build it out further. Moving on to the devblog, however, so recently they went to Busan G-Star, which is a Korean or South Korean convention where they got to showcase some of this stuff, which is pretty cool. So moving on, we have the iron fortifications, which is something we are all aware of, something that we've been doing, at least I have been doing, which is build or take advantage of building sandbags and barbed wire to stop the enemy from intruding into your space. However, at the current build that we're playing, it was almost insurpassable. Is that the right word? Where you'd have to throw a grenade or you can't really get past it and mechs will get stuck. However, it looks like in the very near future that our mechs will be able to stomp straight through these, which brings me to what's the point of building if a mech can just run right through it? You know what I mean? Because mechs can come up pretty early. Now, I'm not saying that they'll be out earlier than what we've been used to, because I think I can push out a mech at like, I think almost at 2 minutes, maybe even sooner. So if you can just have a mech running around in 2 minutes, he's just gonna squash everything. I would literally on purpose run around the map and just run through your sandbags. Why wouldn't I do that? So maybe in the future, getting mechs in 2 minutes is not gonna be possible, and we only had that pleasure in the alpha to be able to get these mechs out that early. That could be a thing where a lot of the combat is gonna be based solely off the infantry, and then obviously you're not going to want to run your mechs into sandbags, because behind the sandbags you're going to have gunners and AT cannons and all that kind of stuff. Which brings me to the next one in a little bit. What we're going to talk about, trenches. So let me take off my smart looking glasses. So trenches was a thing that was discussed among the community, how some people thought it would be a good idea for trenches to be built manually, which, if I think about it, yeah, that would be pretty cool. If you don't think about any of the technical difficulty that would bring, that would be pretty cool. If I can just like have them dig huge holes like this, like that, and just border myself around making a trench, fantastic. But if you think more about what this game represents, which is, you know, tanks, not tanks, but mechs, big stompy guys, trenches would be really difficult to implement, at least custom ones. If they're preset on a map, that's fine, because now you're giving the players, this is where mechs should go, this is where mechs can't go, this is where you should be building defenses, and you know, it's I don't want to say it's authentic, because in war, I guess you can say, I'm trying to like think of my personal experience. It's more spontaneous, so soldiers react to how the battle is going. But in the video game, you have to set rules and boundaries for players to do. So we can't build our own trenches. However, it'll be more strategic, which I like the way they put it. They're strategic locations, strategic points for you to get to, and that's it. I'm totally down with that. I'm totally fine with. I can already see, if we were to be given that opportunity to build trenches, somebody maybe even myself, would have found a broken way to defend myself with. I would have probably built the trenches in some sort of slalom, like a slalom style or snake style, and you wouldn't ever be able to get to me. Moving on, bunkers. So about last week, I actually kind of spoiled this, and I apologize if that was a spoiler, but we talked about, I noticed in some of the footage that they showcased at G-Star at the South Korean convention, that they're gonna have different types of bunkers. So as mentioned in that little tease, I guess, or leak, you can call it a leak, I guess, we have an 88 cannon, which is anti-mech bunker, an MG, which is the one we're used to, and an unarmored one, which I don't know the purpose of this one just yet, but maybe, hopefully, I'm not too sure. Maybe unarmored will be one of both, and you can choose which one you want it to be eventually. I don't know. So to solidify control, however, you want bunkers. Now they come in 3 types. Unarmored, which is custom. They call it custom. Frequent repetitive. Sure, I don't know what that means, and I'm curious. Machine guns, anti-infantry, we've known that one, and then this is the new one, which is the anti-mech one. Increasing iron cost, obviously. 20%. I'm illiterate. 90-degree arc. I'm tired, by the way. Hi, I'm sketchy and I'm tired. So yeah, it's the same mechanic we've seen, where on garrison you can have that big 90-degree firing arc, but putting units inside is going to not alter it, but also be an addition to its firing arc to defend this guy. So a lot of mechs are gonna want to come to the side and hit it from the side and stuff like that. So putting in a unit, most likely gunners, to be able to defend against that is gonna be a smart idea, or putting like AT cannon on its sides to defend it like this. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that goes. They look almost the same. I think the Saxony have a better silhouette almost. This just looks like they slapped on that AT in the front. I feel like maybe they should have just something, maybe a divot in that wood. Here, this looks, I enjoy the Saxony builds always slightly more. I don't know why. And that almost wraps it up. It's a very short, it's a lot shorter than the previous devblog that we've had. So they're having a little Q&A session before the end of the year. I can't look at my face, that's weird. So you guys can ask them anything. So go on our Twitter, go on our Facebook, Reddit, Instagram, whatever, write Q&A, and I'm sure they'll add it to the list. If you want to ask them about, you know, the bunkers or the trenches, if you have a question about that stuff. Also, we're going to be talking about real quick, where is it at? Here it is, this guy. So they've recently pushed out their 1000th build, and they posted this a couple hours ago. There's a few cool things we see on here. All right, the Saxon Brunhilde, which I mean is just this. This is pretty much what we get. Wow, this is made out of cloth. That's interesting. So yeah, the Brunhilde is a thing, and seeing it more and more is bringing excitement to my pants. Also right here you see a little bit of some rocket action, rocket pods. I'm going to assume and guess that this is Rusviet Mechs. The fact that they're cutting off so much of it, they're just teasing just a slight bit of it. This yells Rusviet to me, and I feel like it has massive wheels or something. I don't know exactly, but I'm sure something will come up soon. This looks like a campaign map in the middle with a massive statue. I say campaign, this could be a multiplayer map as well. And then at the bottom, this is about the second time I've seen this mech. One was during Gamescom, and the train, the mech train, I guess, or the steam train. That's pretty much it. A little bit of Anna and Wojtek in there as well. So this gorilla mech, I'm excited about it as well. Unfortunately, no news on the beta yet, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. Fan art contest, if you want to partake, again, somewhere up there. Looking ahead, so with Q&A and fan art competition, we'll be hoping to end the year on a high. Beta is also on the horizon, and we'll soon bring you more news regarding the plans. We're racing towards this, and we've been making significant progress on the campaigns, so stay tuned. That's pretty much it. I was able to delve deeper with the previous, with number 18. So number 19 is a bit shorter, but there's a lot of information in here that tells us, you know, some of the questions that we've had recently. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I have a few more things I need to do. We still need to finish up the mech tier list. That's what I'm gonna do this week. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. If you guys have any questions, comment section down below. Stay tuned for more, obviously. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.